You're listening to the Davey Mac Sports Program on the Riotcast Network, riotcast.com.
It's the Davey Mac Sports Program.
Now there's a steal by Bird. Underneath the DJ, lays it in. Right out, 1 second left. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. Oh, a spectacular move by Michael Jordan. Oh, wow. In your life have you seen anything like that? Wide right. Little roller up along first. Behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it. Oh, the band is out on the field. He's going to go in the end zone. He's going to go in the end zone. The Bears have won. The Bears have won. Oh, my God. You believe in miracles? Yes.
It's the Davey Mac Sports Program on Riotcast. And here's your host. What's so funny? Dave McDonald.
Thank you. All right. Yeah. I've never been yelled at my own announcer before. So this is...
Stop laughing at me, David.
This is shaping up to be a very interesting one. Davey Mac Sports Program. For this wonderful week, my name is Eastside Dave McDonald. They call me Davey Mac. They call me the Sports
Master. Yeah, Sports Master.
With me is the Master Engineer Extraordinaire, Shadow.
Hello.
Two-time Emmy Award winner, keyboardist, phenomenal musician, blah, 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 Roy Schaefer.
Oh!
He just hit his own microphone like a spaz.
So excited.
He's so excited. He's yelling at me.
Just can't hide.
And, of course, the announcer for today, Roy Schaefer.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. On the instruments, Roy Schaefer, everyone.
Hey, Roy. The best.
And wearing a very hipster metrosexual hat, Roy Schaefer.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, it's good to be here. Well, we're going to have a big show, a big show. And it is a Davey Mac Sports Program. Eastside Dave, Shano, Roy, Schaefer, Pepper, not here. Sick with some kind of weird, I called a hybrid of AIDS and chlamydia.
I was going to say chlamydia.
Smoker's cough, which he perpetually has. But us three are going to still carry the torch, and we're going to make it happen. And Roy Schaefer, you're going to dazzle the audience at home with your keyboard ability. Go ahead, dazzle them right now. Yeah. How about a little cheers to start us right off? Because everyone loves a little cheers. Yeah, I love it. Making the way in the world today takes everything you've got. Pepper's got the chlamydia and AIDS and Smoker's cough. And Pepper's got a big fat tuna cock.
Hold on, time out.
What the hell just happened to the music?
I was not.
Are you drunk?
A little bit, but
Because I am.
I wasn't prepared for this one, David.
Well, apparently not. But, you know, it's unfortunate because, I don't know, every time you're on Sirius XM, we play the goddamn Cheers song.
I know.
And every single time,
And I always-
you pretend like I don't even know if you're pretending anymore. You say, I'll try to do it, Dave. Every single time.
I apologize, Dave.
Here you are yelling at me. I thought it was funny that because you're a little broad. Your announcement was so weird. Roy Schaefer, it's the Davey Mac Sports Program on Riotcast. I thought Andy Dick was all of a sudden the announcer.
Well, Roy knows VO. He knows.
I do know VO,
He knows what
It
he's
was
doing.
really, he's good at pushing the buttons,
Yeah.
playing the keyboards.
but not really good at talking.
Well, I mean, come on now, Shafee. Okay, well, why don't you try it again? Come on.
All right.
Cheers.
Well, can
Cheers.
can we come back to it in a little while?
No,
Because
let's play it again. You just figure it out right now.
All right, here we
Making
go.
the way in the world today takes everything you've got. Making away from all your hurries sure would help a lot. Roy Schaefer doesn't know the song. Pepper's big fat tuna cock is everybody knows your name. disease too. Pepper's got Lou Gehrig's disease. Pepper. Yeah.
There you go. You got it.
Speaking of the Lou Gehrig's disease, I don't know if you guys heard about this, but
I've heard about it.
there was an Atlanta sports radio show. They've been fired after mocking an NFL player who has Lou Gehrig's disease. The
Was
guy's
his name
is,
also Lou Gehrig?
That would have been awesome. No, it's Steve Gleason.
Oh.
So he has Steve Gleason's disease, I guess. I don't know. And he played for the Saints, and now he has ALS. That's the other way you can call it, Lou Gehrig's disease. And they thought it would be funny to make fun of him. So here is the audio from that Atlanta show. It's, by the way, it's called the Mayhem in the AM. Mayhem in the AM. That's the name of their morning radio show. Mayhem in the AM. I could just tell you what the show sounds like. First of all, they come back from break and you get awful metal music. Pew, pew. Boom, 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 boom. And then you get the overly deep-throated announcer guy. You're listening to Mayhem in the AM.
Yeah.
Or as I call it, Pepper. It's probably
Right.
somehow they're a broadcaster type guy. So anyway, Mayhem in the AM, that's the name of the show there. Okay, here we go.
Right now, Steve Gleason on Sports Radio 790. The Zone. Steve, congratulations on the Peter King piece.
Hello, Stink. How's Nola?
All right, timeout.
Darth
He's
Vader.
making no effort to talk like a robot. Yeah, that doesn't sound... It's supposed to be he's got the Stephen Hawking machine.
Sound like Stephen Hawking.
And they work at an AM radio station in Atlanta. What? They can't have that little sound effect to alter the guy's voice? What? We've got the sports computer, for crying out loud. This is just laziness on this morning show's part here. Okay, Shawno, continue.
Nola's great. We had a great Father's Day yesterday. I appreciate you asking. Are you listening in New Orleans?
I am. Chris, how was the Jersey Shore?
I just don't know if I want to play.
Timeout.
I think this is great.
I know this is
awesome.
so bad. And right off the bat, they have more dead air than Mike Francesa falling asleep at the wheel. The guys are pausing. I don't know what they're waiting for. This and the poor sap calling it, hello, how is the Jersey Shore? It's very, very peculiar. All right, continue.
I wish I could play.
Yeah, you cannot play anymore, right?
No. Knock, knock.
No, Steve. We do knock knocks on Thursdays. We don't do it on Mondays.
Hold
and we
on,
just started doing
hold
that
on.
again on.
So this innovative, amazingly unique radio show has Knock Knock Joke Thursdays.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave, knock, knock.
Well, I can't find a goddamn job on any radio station in America. Yes, I'm on Sirius XM, and I'm grateful for it. I can't be on Atlanta with Knock Knock Thursdays.
What's job opening now?
Knock, knock.
Who's there, Roy?
Orange.
Orange. Who?
Aren't you glad we're not on the air on Atlanta?
Okay. That was just as bad as Monsters in the Mayhem. That was just as awful.
Sorry, Dave.
Hey, wait a second. This is Monday. You're talking. Wait a second. Don't do the knock knock jokes today.
We're saving
It's
those.
knock knock Thursdays. What is Steve Gleason calling up with the robot voice? They haven't even they have no energy too. Like, I would at least expect the morning zoo over laughter to make this bit less uncomfortable. But at least like knock knock, and the guys go, yeah, Steve Gleason, the robot is on tonight, baby. Hey, who cares if it's Knock Knock Thursdays? I know it's Monday, but Steve Gleason is here. But instead, it's just dead air weirdness.
Yeah.
It's confusing.
These guys are good.
I hesitate to do this, but continue.
We do it on Thursdays.
I may not be here on Thursday. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
I
who?
I blame Greg Williams.
He blames
Blames Greg Williams.
Oh,
Greg
okay.
Williams, who was the defensive coordinator of the Saints,
Right.
who put out the bounties and whatnot, and maybe Steve Gleason has a problem. The actual player has a problem, and is perhaps blaming, I guess, his ALS. I don't even know if he is for real, but it's just so goddamn awful.
Cringeworthy.
I mean, it's terrible. It's as cringeworthy as Roy Schaefer and his opening announcer role that he tried to do today.
I think it's great.
You like Monsters in the Mayhem?
Yeah, I think they're really funny.
Yeah?
I'm laughing on the inside.
What are these guys' names? Let's see here. Nick Cellini, Steak Shapiro, and Chris Domino. Steak Shapiro? That's the guy's name?
I love it.
For crying out loud. I never understood the weird, hot wings and beer or beer and hot wings. And one guy's actually called beer and the other guy's called hot wings. Or even, Bubba the Love Sponge, which might possibly be the worst
Yeah, I don't get that one.
radio name in the history of radio.
Yeah.
I mean, it's terrible. But Steak Shapiro, that's not great either, for crying out loud. The Davey Mac Sports Program, we will not make fun of ALS patients whatsoever. The only people we will perhaps satire are retards, blind folk, and midgets. Thank you.
Don't forget the deaf.
Oh, well, of course the deaf, but they're not listening anyway.
They can't hear us.
They can't hear us. Like, I'll call up Roy Schaefer one day and be like, hi, Roy. I'm so retarded. Two-way conversation, Roy.
Dave, is that you?
Yeah, it's a character on Mayhem in the AM.
Knock, knock.
Not on Thursdays. So anyway, I never want to say I'm happy that anyone gets fired, but based on this bit alone, it's possible that they got their just deserved. As a radio guy who, free speech and everything like that, I don't want people to be fired.
No.
At the same time, looks like Monsters in the Mayhem has a little opening, baby. And Davey Mac and Roy Schaefer and Sean O and even the chlamydia-up Pepper will take the first train to Atlanta and rock your goddamn socks off.
Yeah!
What, I can't talk about the Atlanta Falcons? I can't give you an update on what the Hawks are doing? Well, actually, I can't. I don't watch the Hawks.
How about the Braves?
And besides Matt Ryan, I know very little about the Falcons. And the Braves are maybe my least favorite baseball organization out there. That's right. Not even the San Diego Padres am I blaming. The Atlanta Braves, the fact that year in and year out they made the postseason, and year in and year out the place, especially the first and even second round of the playoffs, would be half empty, is a disgrace. Your team makes the playoffs. You got to support them. I don't care if they've made it 15 years in a row. That's a great thing that your team has done that.
Right.
And then people wouldn't go because, well, we've been there before. Screw off.
Screw him.
Right, Roy?
That's damn straight, baby.
You're listening to Mayhem and the A-Head, baby.
Hi, I'm a robot.
Okay. What'd you like to say there, Robot Ed?
I don't. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Roy.
Right, who?
Roy Shaver.
Okay, I guess we're going to move on. Thank you, everybody. Come on, I can do that. I mean, that's something that I could do for crying out loud.
You nailed it right
just
there.
did it,
Dave.
yeah.
I know how to do AM radio for crying out loud. I was on WFAN in New York City for 14 years. Okay, getting the number one show.
Is that you?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, I went by a different name. It was David Imus. I used to call myself the I-Man. And I would announce the time, 4:18, being quack, quack, and everyone would have, everyone would be falling over.
Gotta know
There's got to be a duck in the studio or something.
Gotta know what time it is.
What the hell is that goddamn duck doing there? Yeah, it was one of my little bits that I had prepared.
That's a good bit.
Dave Imus, yeah, the I-Man. That was an old name. Now I'm just Davey Mac, or Eastside Dave,
Even better.
or the Sports
Master! Master! He's the one that we bet after!
Some people call me the radio
Master! Master! He's the one that we tune after!
Oftentimes people call me the fruit roll-up
Master! Master! He's the one that we roll up after!
And sometimes people call me the jizz
Master! Master! He's the one that we cream after!
Okay, that's disgusting. We cream after.
You said jizz.
So that's what you have got going on for you. There was another little thing that I liked, which is they had this British comedian. His name is Anthony Richardson. And I gotta be honest, I'm not familiar with his work. but they had him announce a Yankees-Boston Red Sox game. And I thought this was pretty good audio. This is a British comedian, Anthony Richardson, announcing a Yankees-Red Sox game.
It's NY versus another team to be
NY,
confirmed.
he called them.
And the dad makes sure everything's ready. Here we go. Smack me! Wowzers in me trousers! It's a home run! What a
By the way,
start!
pause it for a
1-0
second.
Boston.
I'll do the actual play-by-play. It was a foul ball into the front row. It's short left field. It had no chance of going out. Okay, continue.
Boston. They're playing Boston. They're playing Boston. He runs into bowl. Mork and Mindy, that's going for 6. No! Caught by the chap in the pyjamas with the glove that makes everything easier. And they all scuttle off for a nap. Now, New York bowling.
It's great.
Slams it into the floor. Is that allowed? Lobs it to his friend. Not out, says the FBI agent who has the best view of...
He called the umpire an FBI agent.
And he called him out when he was safe.
So this guy is absolutely hysterical. I don't know. I think Ricky Gervais feels Anthony Richardson breathing down his neck because Anthony Richardson's my new favorite British comedian. Okay, continue.
Of all. Salamander, gone for a duck. Who have we here?
Oh, time out.
Crikey, oh, blimey,
Pause it. Folks at home, Ichiro steps up to the plate. That's right. Ichiro, future Hall of Famer, Japanese, legend. Ichiro playing for the Yankees, and listen to what he calls Ichiro.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt, the star of Third Rock from the Sun. What is this, a Pro-Am tournament?
He called him Joseph
The bowler
Gordon-Levitt.
prepares. And he's thrown it the wrong way. Confusion.
All right.
The power of Gordon-Levitt.
Okay,
Snap
that's
out of your
enough.
trance, man. That's
So
better. And good
I just thought this guy was unbelievably hysterical. And by the way, it took this British comedian, Anthony Richardson, to point out, and I never thought of it before, that Ichiro sort of looks like Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Is it just me, or is it this guy?
He looks exactly like
He
him.
looks like
Absolutely
Joseph
right.
Gordon-Levitt.
That's great.
Never in a million years would have put that together.
Whenever they make the movie about Ichiro.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt's there. So it's a great day. Well, people, here I am, the biggest golfing fan in the world.
Yep.
Some people call me the golf master.
Master, he's the one that we part after.
And Phil Mickelson, my man, left-handed player. I support anyone who's lefty.
right.
That's throughout time. Thomas Jefferson, Da Vinci, Sean O, and of course Hitler. Anyone who's a southpaw. So anyway, Mickelson gets up there. He's got the one-stroke lead, this and that. It's an amazing shot on, I think, the 10th hole from like 76 yards. He holds it, gets an eagle. You're like, this thing is wrapped up. And then the Phil Mickelson circus happens where he's hitting shots that are hitting women in the head. It's like Happy Gilmore over there. And you're wondering, is this punked? Is Phil Mickelson punking all of the people at home? 6 times he's finished runner-up at the U.S. Open. His post-game press conference, absolutely heartbreaking. This guy's been an unbelievable golfer. He has won 3 Masters, a PGA Championship. He just wants this U.S. Open.
Yeah, never an Open.
So bad. Yeah. And he was like, he's 43.
Yeah, he's
and
cute.
even though you can play, golf until later,
like
43 is still, though, old. You're getting into your old years for a golfer. You're going to start to slow down. These chances are going to go away.
Sure.
And Phil Mickelson, I love the fact that he was honest. He's like, you know what? I really wanted this one badly. And I absolutely blew it. This is the best chance I ever had. And then there was like almost a little tear coming out of his eye. Yeah, I know.
Poor golfer.
And it just reminded me of that one time where Pepper was, he had lost a little bag of cocaine.
Yeah.
And he was like, God damn.
I remember that.
Absolutely goddamn heartbreaking. Just one tear. One tear.
Yeah, just the one.
Which he then put on the table, got a razor blade, chopped it up, and snorted
I thought
it.
that was weird.
Well, there's still a lot of residue in sweat
In
and
his
tears.
body.
Yeah.
I
So
see.
he can do that. It's like he like recycles
Yeah, he was much happier.
his own
after
narcotics. Oh yeah, of course. Who wasn't? Well, listen, I had a little bit. I had a little toot off Pepper's tear. I was bouncing off the walls. Are you kidding me?
that. He took it right out of his eyeball.
Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, he doesn't understand. I've slept over his house twice, And both time that he's sleeping, I just take a straw up to his eye, start sniffing.
Milk
and then
that
sometimes
pepper.
I put that straw right in the dick hole, baby.
Yeah, now you're talking.
I don't know why I found it so funny when I stayed over Pepper's house one time that his little PJs that he had on. Hey, that's just hysterical because you
Right
know
away, you got me.
Wait, hang on.
because he
Let me
always
guess.
wears one thing.
Let me guess.
An awful like meatball stained shirt and black pants.
Wait, were they like footsie pajamas with the ass that
No,
opens?
well,
the
no.
door in the
Then
ass?
I would have never stopped making fun of him until
Could
the
you
end of
still
time.
imagine that's what they
No,
are?
his thing is like this real awful wife beater that barely fits
Yeah.
him, so the tummy's coming out. And then Umbros.
Oh,
And I just thought
bringing
him
back the
wearing
Umbros.
Umbros, yeah, like a mid-90s
Oh, my
soccer player.
yeah.
I'm like, what's with the Umbros, dog? He's like, listen, I'm kind enough to let you stay here, okay? You're not going to make fun of me in my house. And I'm like, I know, but you're wearing Umbros, dude.
Easy access.
You know, come on.
Those are
You're
good-
like a combination of like, you know, Benicio del Toro and Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas and John Goodman in Big Lebowski. If either of those guys was wearing Umbros and a wife beater, the audience would not stop laughing.
easy access. You get a nice get a nice boner in those Umbros.
Yeah, I know. Well, he doesn't know this, but I jerked off in his bed in his bathroom. He
course
does
you did.
not know it.
He knows it.
He doesn't. I didn't tell because that was one of his big. Don't jerk off in my house. Don't do it. And if I even hear you're never coming back here again. As if like it was goddamn Hugh Hefner's penthouse for Christ's sakes.
never be
Was
invited back
there
here
was
again.
a college keg refrigerator that had like 3 natty ices in it and like one polio string cheese. That was his whole refrigerator, and then one really awful little drawing of like Seabiscuit. Like this is what the hell? What kind of place is this?
Oh my God.
Oh, I thought I was gonna die that night. Anyway, here's the thing. A lot of stuff is going on. So now the HBO, the Hard Knocks season is back. It's gonna start up again. Team that's been is going to be the Hard Knocks team, the Cincinnati Bengals, who I could give 2 pieces of poop about.
Yeah.
I hate their head coach, Marvin Lewis. I feel like he's the black Wade Phillips. I know this is going over Sean O and Roy Schaefer's
No, I
head, so
got
I'll
this.
explain. Marvin Lewis to me is just a mediocre NFL head coach who I don't know how he survives year in and year. I don't know how he stays the coach of the Cincinnati Bengals. He must have naked pictures of someone, you know?
He's like the Black Wade Phillips.
Yeah, exactly. He's like the black Wade Phillips.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I should have thought of that. And he's really boring. And let's face it, unless it's WKRP, Cincinnati's boring. And yeah, I'm talking to Nick goddamn Lachey. You're boring, Paco.
I do like the Bengals helmets, though. They would make them look like tiger heads.
Well, that's what a Bengal is.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for your sports analysis.
You're welcome.
Wait, what song is this?
Manic Monday by the Bengals.
It's just another manic Monday. Oh, a new Sunday. Oh, pepper in pajamas. It's just another manic Monday. The pepper in his Umbros.
Oh, it goes like it goes.
Had a half part on. Pepper just texted me he's not going to run a Fez.
What?
There you go.
Like, ever again?
Ever again. We are breaking the story here first.
I can't believe it.
Well, no, maybe I just sort of embellished that.
No, I
though.
think you're right.
Okay. Ochocinco was a former Bengal, and he's not actually of Spanish descent. He's a black guy.
Ochocinco. Seriously.
He's a black man.
You know, there's a little Spanish in there
He,
somewhere.
he changed his name from Chad Johnson to Ochocinco. His number's 85.
All right, I'm just saying, probably in the past somewhere there was a little.
No, in
Yeah.
the past. He's an African American.
He's probably part Apache as well.
No, he's not. Stop encouraging him.
What?
Don't encourage Roy Schaefer, Shano.
Okay, sorry, Dave. I didn't mean-
Let the little piano boy stick with the goddamn keyboard.
That's right. All right, I'll let my fingers do the talking. Go ahead, Dave. Continue with the story about Ochocinco.
For someone who's letting his fingers do the talking, he keeps talking.
Yeah, he's a black guy now, right?
Yes.
Okay, continue.
Yeah, I know I'll continue, goddammit. You're not the goddamn show director. I've got De Niro over here yelling at me. What are you laughing at? I'm sorry if you sounded like Jim J. Bullock. from Too Close to Comfort. It's a Davey Mac Sports Program on Riotcast.
Ochocinco.
Chad Johnson, who changed his name to Ochocinco. Good, that's blackity music.
There we go. Yeah, Chad.
He's out of jail.
That was quick.
He got 30 days, but they gave him 7. The judge, who was a chick, probably felt like she was being an a-hole, which she was.
She totally was.
And Chad Ochocinco, he's too much to take. I agree. I mean, I sort of like him in his little jail jumpsuit. I enjoy that because the guy is such a clown that I like seeing him get smacked around by the law a little bit. But at the same time, she asks Ochocinco, were you satisfied with your lawyer? And thinking he'd be funny, he slapped his lawyer on the ass. Like, by the way, a big meathead jock football player would do.
Yeah.
They smacked that's like giving a handshake. So for the for this judge to be like, oh, well, you're not taking this seriously, because before he had done that, he was out.
Right.
Wasn't going to get anything,
Yeah,
and she gave him 30 days. He did 7, and that's it.
It's a BS question anyway. Are you happy that your lawyer got you off?
I know.
What
What's
are you
he
supposed to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Said
No.
He said yes. He did a great job, Your Honor.
I hate my lawyer, Your Honor.
Yeah, seriously.
I actually want to do 30 days in the cooler, baby. And to prove it, I'm going to slap my lawyer right in the ass. Yeah. That's what Ochocinco does. He thumbs his nose at the law, dogs. That's right. That's the Ochocinco way. For some reason, there's a trumpet being played. Really confusing what kind of music this is for the Ochocinco. But I'm going to roll with it, Your Honor. Hey, Your Honor. Nice tits, dog. Come on, slap me with 30 more days, bitch. Come on. Give me all the hair. I can take it. I can do 2 years standing on my head. Soft tits. Ochocinco loves prison. Yeah, come on, Anna. What are you doing? Hey, Anna, I like to say peace. I give you 2-finger salute, and then I say turn them sideways, upside down, and put them in your pussy. Woo! Come on, Your Honor. Tack on another year for me. Ochocinco does this standing on his head. You think jail time's gonna make Ochocinco hard?
And then Ochocinco, who's used to multi-million-dollar life, mansions, reality television, he'll spend 48 hours in jail before he's like, Your Honor, get me out of prison, dog. Remember how I said you should diddle your own clit and I called you soft tits? That was a mistake, Your Honor. I say it right now. That was all just a misunderstanding. Yeah, I kind of fancy myself as a comedian and whatnot. I didn't mean it, Your Honor. Oh, Lord. Ochocinco can't go back to the clink. Come on, Your Honor. You goddamn twat. It's kind of nice. Roy Schaefer on keyboards. Sean O sitting in here
Yeah.
right now on the Davey Mac Sports Program.
This place is great.
And you're just loving life. Summertime is here. Any summertime plans?
Not for me, my friend.
Okay, thanks a lot. That was thanks, great.
Sorry, Dave.
Thanks,
Listen.
no, thanks for thinking of something, I don't know, entertaining for the people listening.
Let me explain what happened. I can't.
You can't improv.
You've known me for a long time.
Right.
I can't
think
talk.
off the top of your head.
I can't talk and
No.
think and
It's
play
not, it doesn't work
at
for
the
you.
same time.
You can't think. You can't have a conversation. It's got to be, if it's not on musical notes,
If it's not on
you
the-
can't talk like a human.
That's right.
And even if it's on notes, you can only use like the letters A, E, and F.
Exactly.
A through G.
Yes. I'm no Billy Joel. But as far as my plans
You're
are,
goddamn right, you're not.
as far as my
Billy
plan-
Joel would have his fingers going to like angry young man.
You want to see what happens when I
Billy
try to
Joel,
talk?
yeah,
All right, here we go.
talk.
All right, ask
talk
me
and, no, I want you to talk and play Angry Young Man at the same time.
Okay, ask me some questions.
So, do you barbecue in the summer?
I have some barbecues.
And what do you usually grill?
Grilled things.
Okay, this is enough. That's enough.
I told you it's not easy.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not. You're bad.
You make it look easy though, Roy.
Quite the opposite. Sean is actually 180 degrees wrong about that. He makes it look harder.
Aren't you going overseas, Roy?
That's right. We're going overseas. I'm going to play some gigs, some festivals this
You
summer.
could have plugged that, for Christ's sakes.
I could have.
Where
Yeah,
you,
but I was
well,
playing.
you know what? The Davey Mac Sports Program
hoping.
isn't going to follow you to
They're
England.
not going to come over there. They don't care about me.
Although we do have at least like 4 people listening overseas because I get emails from 3 different people from Ireland and 1 person from England.
They might very well be fans of Roy Schaefer.
So they email me. I just said they talk to me.
Well,
they go, I love the Davey Mac Sports Program. I've watched all your YouTube videos.
Right.
I've done this. I've done
Right,
that. What
right.
makes you believe that they're just in for the Roy Schaefer?
Well, they can't get through to me directly. obviously,
You're just
so
such
they-
a jerk. I'm just moving on. I'm moving on.
Yeah, let's move on.
I don't care if Pepper's dick is falling off. He better return next week. If he doesn't, we should just do the next week's show from Pepper's deathbed in his Astoria place. That would be a fun remote, as they say in the radio business.
I'll bring my portable console.
Bring your portable console. Roy, you're in charge of the Coke because we gotta keep him peppy somehow.
So keep them propped up.
Is that what you call him, Pepper?
Maybe.
Peppy?
Maybe.
Peppins?
This cornerback, his name is Brandon Browner. He plays for the Seattle Seahawks. He's mad at the San Francisco 49ers coach, Jim Harbaugh, because Harbaugh has been insinuating that the Seattle Seahawks have been doing lots of performance-enhancing drugs. Okay? So this guy had a quote, and he said, I'd like to put my hands around his neck. End quote. Now, I don't know if that means he's going to choke him or give him a nice man-on-man massage.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you don't want to go there. You don't want to be threatening another coach saying you're going to choke him out.
That's dark.
That's kind of Ochocinco territory. Only he can get away with.
I'd love to choke out Jim Harbaugh, Your Honor. Right after I choke you out, bitch. No, Your Honor, don't give me 2 more weeks in the can for that. I'll be an Ochocinco, that's all. Don't do that. But I would like to say, Your Honor, I'm going to follow you home and choke out all your children and bury them in my own backyard. Oh, 3 more weeks in the can for that, Your Honor? Oh, Your Honor. Oh, goddamn, Your Honor.
Anyone see that big baseball brawl between the Arizona Diamondbacks and the LA Dodgers? Anyone see that?
I saw
Anyone
it.
watch Sports Center?
Yes, I saw it.
Very, very intense. And I realized something about myself. The Diamondbacks, you can call them, I like calling them by their nickname D-back because it sounds like dick bag. Thank you. And that's all I had for that story. That was it.
I was actually thinking the same thing.
Yeah, every time the Arizona is on ESPN, they're like, the D-bags. And I mean, I know they're saying backs, but I hear D-bags all the time. I don't know. If I'm on Arizona, I'm like, hey, listen, can you stop with the D-backs already? It's so goddamn close to D-bags.
Yeah, you're pulling out one
It
silver.
sounds like D-bags, for Christ's sakes.
Diamondbacks.
Hey, the Arizona Dickbags tonight will lace them up against the San Diego Padres. And after the D-bags face off against the Padres, they're going to be playing against the L.A. Cocksuckers. So watch out. I think it's time for a song. This song is by the Pogues. It's a song that is very close to my heart. And it goes a little bit like this. Roy Schaefer in here on keyboards. Sean O on drums.
If I should fall from grace of God, why no doctor can relieve me if I'm buried in the sod?
Engines won't receive me, let me go, boys, let me go, boys.
And I'm going out in the morning.
The rivers always drag.
The smiles of the man on the doctor can help me. I got the thing and
Arizona dickbag, let me go, boys, let me go, boys. Let me go out in the motor, rivers always drag.
yeah. All right. Here we go. Go ahead, Roy. You take it away. If I should fall from grace of God, where no doctor can relieve me, if I'm buried in the side.
Engines won't receive me, let me go, boys, let me go, boys. river's always dragging. Go, boys, let me go, boys. Hey, the river's always dragging. Let me go, boys, let me go, boys. Let me go down in the morning, river's always dragging. All right. Slap it hard, slap it really hard. Give yourselves a round of applause, guys. Woo! Jinx. We both did woo at the same time. No, Jinx. No. It said Jinx. I said Jinx.
Jinx. So it was really me.
Damn it.
It was really me,
All
Dave.
right. Bro, you and I can't talk now. Shano has to take over.
All right. Well, this is a good time, I guess, to promote Mama Cat. 10-year anniversary of one of the best bands that ever lived.
Okay, the Jinx is over. The Jinx is over.
Come
This
on.
is ridiculous. I don't know what he was talking about. Mama Cat this and Mama Cat that.
MAMMACAT. Mama Cat.
I love the song. Eeping down in Mama Cat, boom, boom, boom. Where it wanna gonna be, Eeping down in Mama Cat, where they wanna be. Whoa, eeping down in Mama Cat, where they wanna go. Even down in Mama Cat, where they wanna go. You know where you are, people. You're in the goddamn Davey Mac Sports Program, baby. Oh. Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. We got everything you want. How do we know the name? We are the people that can find whatever you may need. If you got the money, honey, we got your disease in the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. Won't you baby do you? Little Guns N' Roses medley, Mama Kin into,
Mama Cat.
and I know Aerosmith did Mama Kin, but
Yes.
I prefer the Guns N' Roses version on Lies. Okay,
Yes.
Before people start writing me, I like the Gene R version better. What? So sue me. I liked it. What? A lot going on in the world today.
Yeah, seriously.
You know, did we even talk about the Game of Thrones finale? Because we are such a huge Game of Thrones fans. Did you guys like the Game of Thrones finale?
I thought the finale was not as good as last week's episode, but yeah, I watched it. It was all right.
Yeah, I didn't. I wasn't crazy about it. But we all know this is the third year. The previous 2 years and this year,
Right.
second to last episode is the episode you have to watch.
That's their formula.
Why they don't just make that the series finale and then start off the next season with the last episode
It's a little anticlimactic.
is beyond me.
And then you got to wait a year and a half for the next season. to
Like, I
start.
don't care if Jon Snow got shot up with arrows
yeah.
and whatnot.
I hope he's dead.
So do I. I thought Jon Snow, he blew it so many times. He should have
Useless.
He should have chopped that annoying red-headed bitch's head off.
Or at least run off with it.
Like instantly, and she was going to get him into trouble. And now he's this and that, and then they fell in love, and she shoot him with arrows. It's too much.
Women, huh?
By the way, Kevin Youkilis of the Yankees out for the year. Mark Teixeira back on the DL.
No deal.
Can you believe this?
Yeah, I can.
I mean, my little tiny
Where's Grandy?
scrappy baseball team, the New York Yankees, they just can't catch a break. I mean, I don't know. You know, I know they're America's underdog, the New York Yankees. You know what, with our little tiny payroll and everything like that. And I'm just hoping one of these years our Cinderella Yankees are able to, maybe, I don't know, get another World Series. Oh God, it's so hard being a Yankees fan. Cry me a river, baby. Anderson's on the DL too.
Yeah, but he came back, and then all of a sudden he disappeared, and he's just back on the DL.
Yeah, 3 or 4 games later, he got hit by another pitch.
Yeah.
And that was it. I believe. I don't know.
God damn it.
I don't know what's going on anymore.
Jeter's looking good.
Yeah, Derek hasn't played forever. And then the only guy that they're possibly getting back is Alex. I took way too many steroids, and now my body is just stale graham crackers. Rodriguez.
Hi, it's Bob. Well,
Oh,
Yankees look pretty bad. Giants looks good. Jeter looks bad. I don't know. Well, you can give me a ring sometime.
Let
Talk
me,
to you later, bye.
we'll play it again. Let me refresh the audience. This was my mom this previous October when they got down, I think, 2-0 to the Tigers, to the Detroit Tigers in the postseason. And my mom was just, this is a 72-year-old woman whose heart was just getting shattered by the New York Yankees, the organization she's loved. She's from the Bronx, organization she's loved for 70 of her 72 years on this planet. And she left me this voice message that I thought was unbelievable.
Steve, hi, it's Bob. Well, Yankees look pretty bad. Giants looks good.
Giants.
Jeter looks bad. I don't know. Oh, you can give me a ring sometime. Talk to you later. Bye.
My favorite part about that is the you can give me a ring sometime. Yeah. That is a down and out woman right there. Yeah. That is a team who was destroyed. And, you know, I understand. I was just obviously being a little facetious before. Being a Yankee fan, we've had very, very easy for decades and decades. But at the same time, it goes to show you, if you're a real fan, even no matter how much success you've had, your heart's going to break a little bit when your team fails.
How much money
As it should be if you're a sports fan. I know Roy hates sports. You're a big, like methadone and fish fan or something?
Drugs. Drug sports. Drug sports. Yeah.
You like drug sports?
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine.
Kind of like baseball.
Oh, my God.
It's more
And
fun.
I haven't even seen any movies yet. I haven't seen Superman.
I saw nothing.
I didn't see the Iron Man. And there was another big blockbuster. Star Trek 2 I really wanted to see.
Did you like the first one?
I
The
did.
first remake of it?
I really liked the
I
first
actually
one.
liked it too.
And I've always been way more of a Star Wars guy.
Likewise.
But I like the first Star Trek a lot, so I haven't seen that
You
yet.
ever watch the Star Trek TV show at all?
No, I have tried because it's got the word star in it, and there's spaceships.
yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have a good time with this show. And I don't know how people watch Star Trek. Even forget about the first one. Even Star Trek Generation looked terrible to me.
Yeah,
like the effects are horrible.
Yeah, you're one or the other. You're either Star Wars or Star Trek.
Davey Mac makes better effects on his goddamn Windows Movie Maker machine than Star Trek Generation. I know people like that Captain Picard, but, you know, come on. Can you spend a couple dollars on some lasers that don't look like they were put together by a 6-year-old? I mean, come on. What is it already?
I stopped at the Wrath of Khan. That was the last one I saw.
Star Trek, that was Star Trek 2. If you're talking about the old school movies, I liked Star Trek 6 a lot. That's probably my favorite of all of them. Mm-hmm. And I'm one of the few people who like Star Trek 5. But that got destroyed by the critics. I actually like it.
I love the Wrath of Khan too, because those things in the ear.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's what
Wrath
got
of
me,
Khan
man. That
was
scared the crap
famous,
out
and
of
it was great.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
cool. Emilio
Star Trek 1 is a total bore fest. Star Trek 3 is terrible. Absolutely awful. And the fact that William Shatner's son is this like we all know what William Shatner looks like and why they would cast a 6'4" blonde guy with curly blonde hair who looked nothing like William Shatner, and we're supposed to believe this is his son?
Yeah.
I don't think so. This is like Dolph Lundgren's son, perhaps. Not the Shats. I gotta take a Shats. Let me tell you something about Roy Schaefer. He comes to work every single goddamn day.
Yeah, working hard.
And days where he gets a little bit too hot, he just takes his shirt off and plays the keyboard in a really uncomfortable wife beater. I don't mind. But I will say something about Charnot. He is the professional of the Davey Mac Sports Program, which is why I have to say, tweakedaudio.com. Make sure you get your earbuds and whatnot on tweakedaudio.com. Promo code Davey, D-A-V-E-Y. All kinds of shapes and colors. My favorite kind, I know, and people probably they might not have heard this before. I like green and I like wood. Those are my two favorite kind. Oh my God, the wood. The great thing about them, they're made of wood. And of course, the green ones are green. I think that was kind of self-explanatory. But I need some new copy for these commercials. Promo code Davey, D-A-V-E-Y. Thank you, everybody. It's great to be here.
Yeah,
It's great to have.
Thanks for
You know
having
what? I thank you for being here, Roy Schaefer. Pepper is sick. Pepper is doing all this nonsense.
I know you don't like it when I'm here, but
He's pooped all over himself. No, I love when you're here.
Do you really?
Shano, on the other hand?
Oh.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah,
No, it's all
I'm
right.
just kidding. I'm excited that Shano is here.
I don't like being here either.
He's so professional. He gets the job done. Shano, why don't you play us a Joe Liga song from the emails? Because I have a couple emails here.
right. Let me see. I got a couple of Joe Ligers. Hang on. Let me get a good
Play whichever one you want.
Here we go.
Davey Mac Sports Program. Giants versus Patriots.
I would play as one that's a little more timely than February of 2012.
All right. That's the one
I'm not telling you how to do your goddamn job.
I thought everyone would really like that one.
Yeah, they did if they got into a time machine.
Okay.
Is it me or is it hot in here?
It's hot as dick
It
in
really
here.
is, right?
Like a real hot dick.
Why am I the only one taking my shirt off?
I don't know, but now I'm getting turned on with all this hot dick talk.
You're listening to the Davey Mac Sports
well, I don't know
Program
what the
on the
hell you're doing.
Riotcast Network. Riotcast.
All right, let's just forget about Joe Liga.
That wasn't Joe Liga.
Let's just forget about it. I have some. You know what I have? Davey Mac Q&A.
Q&A. All right, hold on, Dave.
Go ahead. Take your time. Well, it's only a goddamn live radio show.
We got the Q. We got the A. It's the Davey Mac Q&A.
This one says, it's from Ben and Jerry. It says, hey, Dave, do you ever get tired of hosting a show with such an illiterate, drunk as hell, stupid centaur all the time?
Is that Roy?
Ben nor I personally could do it. Go to hell, Pepper.
Wow.
Very intense. I don't know where that's coming from. I'm just going to move on to that. It's the Davey Mac Q&A.
It's the Davey Mac Q&A.
This is from Mike. It says, Dave, can you please help me out? I joined a fantasy baseball league this year, and I don't know how the hell this rotisserie-style scoring works. I mean, this is more confusing than Pepper's sexuality. Well, I'll tell you what, folks. We're going to discontinue the Q&A if it's just going to be attacks and attacks and attacks on Chris Pepper Stanley. We're going to goddamn cancel it. All right? Trying to be nice here. This one's from Ken, Davey Mac Q&A.
You got the Q, baby. We got the A. It's the Davey Mac Q&A.
Ken says, David, I watched Iron Man 3 yesterday. It was the best of the trilogy. Funny as hell. Visually entertaining. We're so lucky that the direction was put in the hands of Shane Black. My favorite scene was when Pepper Hicks saved Tony Stark from an exploding plant. Okay, you know what? That's it. That's the last time, until probably next week, we do Davey Mac Q&A.
Got the Q&A. We got the A.
Let me ask our drugged up keyboardist, what happened to the original Davey Mac Q&A song?
I didn't know we were going to do it, so I was a little caught off guard. It's hot in here. My equipment's overloading. I'm overloading. You got to work with me, Dave.
I'm trying to.
Just go with it,
I'm
baby.
trying to,
Just go with
goddammit. I'm trying to.
Anyway. I can't find it.
All right, listen.
Let's move on. Just move on.
Next week, of course, you can hear the Davey Mac Sports Program online in our usual time slot of Wednesdays. You can watch the show live on Ustream at 7 Eastern. You go to the East Side Dave Happy Times channel. Or, but if you don't watch it live on Ustream, subscribe on iTunes, subscribe on riotcast.com.
While you're there,
that's the key.
On the iTunes.
Yeah.
Type in Mama Cat.
Okay. I really want to plug my thing, but go ahead.
All right.
No, go ahead.
You want to go, Dave?
Go ahead. Put in the Mama Cat. Mama Cat is the band. Is that Shono's band?
It was. It's 10 years ago.
Okay.
It came out with the most epic album called Mutiny on the Booty.
Okay.
And while you're there on iTunes subscribing to the Davey Mac Sports Program, you should download the Mama Cat album.
All right. Roy Schaefer, since everyone's plugging.
Oddy Clone, baby. That's it. ODDY Clone.
That's in the album that Roy Schaefer made with sleeves.
Mean sleeves.
So subscribe to our show, the online show, on riotcast.com and iTunes. And, of course, we are live on SiriusXM on, let's see, what is next Saturday? Next Saturday is the 30th. So we are live on June 30th on SiriusXM Satellite Radio. We appreciate everyone here. I appreciate Shano and Roy Schaefer for this second hour of radio. And, hey, Davey Mac Sports Program, good night, everybody.
Yeah, we did it!